Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and in this short video we're going to discuss the most important events that took place during the previous night of the local time. First we're going of course to talk about Klishchiivka, the settlement according to information we received this morning of the local time. The Russians during the previous night and during the 5th of July managed to repel every single attack, every single attempt from the Ukrainian side to storm the settlement. So basically for now the Russians still control the southwestern fortification area, the western fortification area and the northern fortification area. So basically the Russians still control the hills around Klishchiivka and still are able to penetrate to repel any Ukrainian attack. For now, we haven't received any information, any piece of information from the Ukrainian side, from the Western source, that Ukrainians restarted offensive operation. Currently, the Ukrainians are digging in on the areas that they managed to capture because there are a lot of job to do. They need to be 100% sure that after another wave of attack, they won't be defeated and won't be forced to step back. So currently, the Ukrainians are trying to get as deep as possible along the positions they captured during the previous wave of attack. And as soon as the Ukrainians complete the establishing of, let's say, fortifications and so on, they will restart their attack and they will make another attempt to attack. First of all, they want to feel themselves insecure. They want to feel themselves in a safe position, and after that they will restart attack. So this is about Klishchiivka. If you ask my opinion, I would say that the best solution I see for the Ukrainians is to attack not in front of Klishchiivka itself, because it is very difficult operation. To my opinion, to my mind, the best solution for the Ukrainians is to try to develop their offensive operation from the south in direction of Andriivka, and to split this territory, split the Russian positions in two parts. And probably there are very high chances that Ukrainians today will try to attack in this direction, because when talking about Klishchiivka itself, the main forces, Ukrainian forces that took part in that operation were 5th Assault Brigade and 3rd Assault Brigade Azov. Currently they had a lot of losses. They need some time, some operational pause to regroup, to get more munition and so on. And another group of Ukrainian forces are 28th Mechanized Brigade and 24th Mechanized Brigades operate in the southern area, and these two brigades, after they managed to capture the channel and some bridgehead on Kurdyumovka side of the channel, took a small operational pause, and currently after a few days of that operation pause, currently I believe they will be attacking the Russian positions, and we will see the change and move of the focus to the southern flank. So this is my understanding of the situation. Meanwhile, there was a very interesting piece of information we received from the Kupiansk front line from this bridgehead. As you can see, I have updated this map. Basically, while the Ukrainians were attacking the Russians in the vicinity of Klishchiivka, the Russians made a counter-offensive operation in direction of Novoselovskaya. And we discussed that as a result of that attack, the Russians captured and established control over the railroad station and at least few lines of residential area in the Novoselovskaya itself. But that was not just like attack in front. There was a very big special operation. The Russians were attacking the Ukrainians on the flanks in this area, trying to pin down the Ukrainians and not to allow the main reserves from Berestova to be sent in direction of Novoselovskaya. Another attack took place somewhere in the south. We haven't received any video or photo confirmation of that attack, but as I understand, that was possibly also a direction of attack to pin down and to block the Ukrainians' reserves that could arrive in direction of Novoselovskaya from Stelmakhovka. And as soon as the Russians blocked the Ukrainians' forces from the north, and the Ukrainians basically couldn't send their forces and reserves in direction of Novoselovskaya from the north and from the south because they were blocked by the Russian forces, after that the Russians launched offensive operation in the settlement itself and managed to develop their bridgehead. And to tell the truth, maybe there is a very high chances that the Russians have already established entire control of entire settlement, but for now we just caught this piece of information about establishing control just over part of that settlement. The Ukrainians published the video how the Russians were stepping back after the blocking operation. This video is geolocated. Basically on this video you can see how the Ukrainians were trying to bomb and attack the retreating Russian forces. They left the forest line and moved to their positions. As you can see, this this entire platoon, and as you can see, this platoon left Ukrainian positions, let's say the gray zone, and as you can see, there are no wounded soldiers, or at least the Russians, according to this video, wasn't trying to evacuate soldiers. So basically that was bloodless operation from the Russian side. So basically, as we discussed, first the Russians entered the gray zone and moved as close as possible to the Ukrainian positions. After that, they managed to block the Ukrainian movements, and their main purpose and job was to hold this territory as long as possible, while the Ukrainians were trying to force the Russians to step back. The main Russian forces captured Novoselovka, and after the mission was successfully completed, the Russians retreated towards their main base and towards their main positions on the Kupiansk-Liman front line. So that was the operation in this area. Also, we got very interesting videos are coming from Avdiivka. These days there are very heavy clashes from both sides. Both sides are trying to attack each other, trying to develop the bridgehead. And meanwhile, the Ukrainians during the previous days were trying to attack the Russians in direction of Krasnogorovka, in direction of Vysole, and but while the Ukrainians were trying to develop the bridgehead between these two settlements, the Russians launched their own attack, their own offensive operation in direction of these fortifications. First, the Russians made some kind of artillery preparation. We got video of that. And there was a video of that, and the video was showing us the usage of flamethrower systems. And after the Russians used some flamethrower system bombing of this area, they launched attack. For now, we haven't received any updates about the results of that attack. Also, the Ukrainians during the previous night made massive missile attack against Makeivka one more time. If you remember, yesterday we discussed the video when the Ukrainians managed to destroy one ammo depot. This night they Ukrainians repeated successful attack. So the Russians need to do something with air defense in this city, or maybe the Ukrainians found a solution how to bypass the Russians air defense. Very interesting video we got from Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, and this the video showing the changes on the one of the nuclear block. As you can see, some white things appeared on the roof, and basically Zelensky and the Ukrainian authorities used these new things on the roof as evidence that the Russians mined the nuclear power plant. So we don't have a better picture, and as you can see, this is exactly what the Ukrainians use for blaming the Russians that they mined the nuclear power plant. And we will and another topic we're going to discuss is Antonov Bridge. Today we got the map of position of forces. I have also updated this map. Basically, the Russians control the southern part, the Ukrainians still control Antonov Bridge. It's not the situation that Ukrainians controls, the Russians can't enter this territory because the Ukrainians have possibility to attack any Russian forces, any Russian troops that moves to this direction using artillery from their bank of the river. So this is the reason why the Russians are not moving to the north. They're just blocking the Ukrainians from the south, and they're not giving the Ukrainians the possibilities to develop their bridgehead further to the south in direction of Alyoshki. During the previous night, there was a very massive missile attack using missiles against Lvov. This is the western city of Ukraine. We can say this is the second capital of Ukraine, maybe after Kharkiv. At least this is the main center of Ukrainian authorities after Kiev during the special military operation. This city is very close to the Poland. The Ukrainians reported that air defense, the Ukrainian worked perfect, and they shut down every single missile. But today we also got the video of results of that attack. As you can see, one of the buildings was damaged, and the second one, another one, was completely ruined as a result of Russian attack. So basically, the Russians were trying to get and to hit, as I understand, the Ukrainian accumulation of forces, or maybe the warehouse of Western weapon or something like this. And that's it for this short video. Military Summary channel reminds to condemn any violence in the world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, put your likes to my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.